welcome back. Hope you are enjoying your weekend, and if you have the day off tomorrow, hope you enjoy that extra day for your 3-day weekend. Also, I do have a little gap today. My Zack Snyder's Justice League Superman required some little maintenance, so he is missing today, but we still have our BVS Superman poster there, so hopefully we have Superman back up there ASAP. But that will actually, it's kind of on my mind just because of today's topic. So for today's topic, I want to discuss, The Flash is coming up in theaters in just a few weeks. And you may be wondering, or some people out there may be wondering, what movies should you watch to prepare for The Flash? Because it is part of a larger universe. So someone did ask James Gunn that question, and his answer to me was kind of silly, which I guess is not really surprising, but he said that you don't need to watch any other movies as long as you know that Michael Keaton's Batman exists. And then, of course, someone replied, why wouldn't you mention Man of Steel, BVS, Zack Snyder's Justice League? And he's kind of saying, well, I didn't say that you shouldn't watch those. It's just, I'm saying that you don't need to watch previous movies in order to enjoy the events of the Flash movie. Okay, that's I kind of understand that. If you were just... You can enjoy the movie at face value for what it is without having to watch other previous movies. Okay, fine. But why would you not take the opportunity to promote other DC movies that play a large role in the events of The Flash? I don't get that. And even the ones that don't, like he said, Michael Keaton's Batman, as long as you know he exists. Okay, I kind of understand. Okay, because you might be confused if you don't really know anything about Michael Keaton's Batman. Why is this guy Batman? Okay, fine. I understand the Michael Keaton thing. Why would you not take the time to be these would be some great movies to get you hyped up for The Flash, or it might make, some things might make more sense at a deeper level if you watch movies X, Y, and Z. So I think that's kind of a silly response. I think there are some movies that people should watch leading up to The Flash if you're not completely aware of what has happened so far in the DC cinematic universe. What information should I have going in? First of all, okay, Man of Steel. The timeline that Barry travels back to in the movie and all these events going on are the events happening in Man of Steel. Hello, Superman, why would you not suggest that? I don't understand. Of course you should watch Man of Steel. Zod, Faora, the Kryptonians coming, they're all from Man of Steel. And like Michael Shannon mentioned in one of the interviews that I think I talked about it on the channel maybe, he mentioned that Zod is, he might be slightly different in this movie. Yes, it's still him, same character for Man of Steel. However, since it's not a Superman movie and it's not about Zod as much as it is in Man of Steel, it's about the Flash, you don't necessarily go into there's not a deep dive on Zod like there is in Man of Steel. So you might not completely get, you're not going to get the full picture of who he is and why he's doing what he's doing and his whole motivation and all that, because in Man of Steel that was the story. In The Flash it's different, right? But it's playing a part in The Flash because that's the time that he travels back to. And of course he's going to they're trying to find Superman because they need him, because these are Kryptonians, and instead they find Supergirl, right? So Man of Steel is extremely important to the events of this movie. I would also suggest Batman vs. Superman. Of course, when I say Batman vs. Superman, I'm always talking about the Ultimate Edition, because that's when we first get an Easter egg or a glimpse at Barry, the Flash. He bursts into, he's using the Speed Force to get in touch with Bruce, even though he goes back to the wrong moment in time. That's the first time that we see him, and during the little Easter egg videos that Diana is watching on her computer from Lex's files, That's the first time we get a glimpse into Barry. See him time traveling there when he comes to Bruce in the Batcave. So that's important, especially because the conversation that he has with Bruce about time travel, so we see it there in BVS. Of course, the Flash is not a part of the overall, the whole story in BVS, but that is a very important part of the movie. And Zack Snyder's Justice League. Okay, going back to the time traveling bit. In the theatrical cut of Justice League, you don't see Barry do that. You kind of see when they're bringing Superman back. He talks about weird things happen with time. But the most important part of the movie when he reverses time is in Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is not included in the theatrical cut, when he saves the whole league. Of course, we know the beautiful, beautiful, sequence that will always be a favorite, at the speed of force. So when he's talking to Bruce about going back, you can travel back in time, all of that, Zack Snyder's Justice League is very relevant to Barry's story. And him realizing, he kind of hints at it when they're resurrecting Superman. He knows that when he gets to a certain speed, when he travels faster than the speed of light, weird things happen with time is what he says. So he's already aware of that in Zack Snyder's Justice League. But he obviously knows that it's a tricky and dangerous thing to mess with, and so he doesn't do it. But when it's necessary in Zack Snyder's Justice League, then we see him do that, and it's epic. So that's very important for, the Flash movie. And it seems like, I think it's kind of obvious by now that Zack Snyder's Justice League is canon to The Flash instead of the theatrical cut, because he's talking about time traveling, which we know he's going to do in the movie. Don't think that's a spoiler. And also the Flying Fox we've seen it in the trailers. At the end of the theatrical cut of Justice League, it's destroyed. It no longer is around. But at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League, it's there. And that's, we see it at the end when the League is standing all together. Zack's version of Justice League was supposed to set up Aquaman, The Flash, all of the other characters' movies, Cyborg, Wonder Woman's next movie. If it is canon to The Flash, then it makes sense that you would watch Zack Snyder's Justice League in order to understand, things about Barry's character, and what he's talking to Bruce about, because they're going to have that conversation, which we see in the trailers. And now Barry kind of understands even more so what he can do with the Speed Force. And it's not just, a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes. He can go back in time years. It's going to be very interesting to see what they include in that conversation as far as the other DC, as far as BVS and Zack Snyder's Justice League. But I do think those are important movies to watch before the movie comes out, because they all have important elements that are connected to The Flash. And The Flash is not just, it's very connected to the broader universe. Wonder Woman is going to be in the movie. Ben Affleck's Batman is in the movie. Unfortunately, instead of Henry Cavill's Superman, we don't have him, but I am still excited to see Sasha Calle's Supergirl. I would have liked to see both of them, to be honest. I feel like you can still enjoy The Flash, because I feel like they're still going to kind of explain within the story what is happening. Because you can't just expect everyone to go in knowing who Zod and Faora are, and Michael Keaton's Batman. And hey, that's another movie that people could watch. Watch Michael Keaton's Batman movies. There might be quite a few people who are on the younger generations that are not as familiar with Michael Keaton's Batman. Of course, he is an iconic figure in the world of Batman. No doubt about that. But for people that are maybe young teens or something like that, they're not going to be they might not be as familiar with Michael Keaton's Batman unless they have watched the older Batman movies. So that's also something you could, you could know he exists, but if you want to get a better idea of his version of Batman, why not watch at least his first movie, But as far as the movies that are from the current DC Cinematic Universe, which I know it's changing, and moving forward, I understand it's changing. But, if you do want to be more informed about what took place in the cinematic universe before, then yeah, it would definitely help to watch Man of Steel, BVS, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Basically, the Snyderverse trilogy. And some people might say, oh, you're just saying that because you're a Snyder fan, which yes, I am. But I also love Wonder Woman's first movie. I like Aquaman's first movie a lot. It makes sense, though, to watch the Snyderverse trilogy before The Flash, because like I said before, Justice League was originally supposed to set up the Flash movie, and everything that we see going on, at least as far as the trailers are concerned, have a lot to do with the previous events in the Snyderverse movies, previous DC movies, which they should, because they're part of an overall universe. So it's not just a standalone film that has nothing to do with, any other DC movies. It is very connected to a lot of the other stuff that has happened. So those are my recommendations. I kind of just wanted to touch on that on the channel, in case anyone out there is wondering, or if, just to kind of throw that out there, since the movie is coming out very soon. But those are my thoughts for today. So thank you guys for watching. Check out the links in the description and anything you might have missed recently. Thank you guys for the support. See you soon.